Now, over on the stage, we've got 3 gorgeous female musicians who are going to let love rule. And we've got one lucky guy who's going to have to choose just one of them. We'll send the winning couple to a concert of their choice. So let's get this party started and meet the man who's making the calls tonight. Everybody, put your hands together for CJ. What up, CJ? What up? Welcome to You Rock. Let's roll now. Do you think it would be cool to kind of date a musician?
I think it'd be awesome. Looking for someone who can introduce me to different types of music. I'd like to go to an underground show that is underground and maybe a band that no one's heard of.
Great. Well, hopefully you can find one of these girls today, because these girls could wind up being the Beyonce to your Jay-Z. But to find her, you'll need to trust your instincts, your ears, and our audience, because you won't get to see any of the contestants until after you've made your decision. So, Chriselle, let's meet the ladies.
All right, Jared, our first contestant is Tanya, and I actually just learned she has a bad experience with the CJ, so hopefully this one will go, this one will go much differently. But she is a singer from the Bronx, and she's into pop and rap, and she's a huge Michael Jackson fan. So, Tanya, tell me, why should CJ pick you?
Because I'm beautiful, I'm fierce, and I give him a little of that uptown love from the Bronx.
Uptown love. All right. Next up, we've got Ebony. She's 26 and an old school drummer. I like that. Now, her main influence is Sheila E., and she's usually attracted to buttoned-up, preppy guys, but today she's looking for something a little different, maybe a little unbuttoned. We won't go into that. We're moving on to Lina.
Chriselle.
Lina, last but not least, is a 19-year-old singer. She's been singing since she was 5 years old, and she's into pop and rock music. What do you think about your competition over here?
Well, I'm pretty, I'm a nice person, I can sing, I'm talented. And if he's looking for a good girl, that would be me.
What you think so far, CJ?
It sounds pretty interesting. I'm ready to get started.
Okay, well, here's the deal. We have CJ's music playlist with 6 titles in it. Dirty Little Secret, Superstars, American Idiot, Mix Up, Riding, and Super Freak. Each contestant is going to get a chance to pick a song title and answer the question behind it. Chriselle, let's get things rolling.
You got it, Jared. Tanya's going to start us off by picking the first song.
Okay, I'm going to pick Dirty Little Secret.
Dirty Little Secret. Go ahead, CJ.
I love the All-American Rejects song, Dirty Little Secret. So I want you each to tell me a dirty little secret about yourselves. Tanya, let's start with you.
Well, my dirty little secret, just don't tell my family, is that I have a porn collection at home.
A porn collection? Well, you know, Tanya, if it doesn't work out between you and CJ, I'm here. Lina, what about you?
Okay, well, I can sound like a ventriloquist a little bit.
Does anybody have a puppet in the audience? Can I hear it? Can I hear something?
Okay.
Is this really coming from her?
Yeah. Okay, I'll give her a round of applause for that. CJ?
I don't think I'm touching that one.
All right. You know what? I don't think any of us want to touch that, so we're going to move on to Ebony. Which song do you want to pick?
We're going to go with Riding.
All right, Riding.
Chameleonaire says he's riding dirty. Ebony, if we were riding dirty and the cops pulled us over, what would you say to get us out of it?
Oh, my stomach is hurting me, please. Sorry, I got to really please. Please.
Okay.
Please. It works all the time.
All right, Tanya, what about you?
Officer, was I doing anything wrong?
I think I might pull her over in a cop uniform one day.
Hopefully she would have the porn with her. Let's move on. Lina, go ahead and pick the next song. I know you can do it.
American Idiot, American Idiot.
All right, American Idiot. Go ahead, CJ.
Okay, I'm a huge fan of the Green Day album, American Idiot. Lina, which celebrity do you think is the biggest American idiot? K-Fed, Flava Flav, or Jessica Simpson?
K-Fed, Jessica Simpson, or Flava Flav?
Or Flava Flav. Who's the biggest American idiot out of those 3?
I think Britney Spears.
Okay, she wasn't an answer. She wants to do her own thing,
I like
CJ.
the creativity.
You like the
I
creativity?
like it. Yeah.
Lina is crazy. I love her, though. Those are all some great answers. Let's get the lowdown from CJ. What are your thoughts on these contestants so far, CJ?
Lina throws me for a loop every time.
You don't know what to expect.
I have to say, I'm kind of liking it a little bit.
Okay.
It's a little different.
Okay.
Tanya, I think she sounds pretty cool and chill. I like the sexy streak that she's got
A little
going.
sexiness to her. And what about Ebony?
Ebony, she's pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
You know? See a little bit more what she has to say.
A little bit more, right? Yeah. But so far, the show's going well for you, CJ. You got a good pick. Now, it's time to crank it up, though, with our center stage challenge. CJ told me before the show that he's into ladies that like to bang. All right, obviously I'm talking about drummers. Well, there's only one way to find out if these ladies have any rhythm. Chriselle's going to set each of them up with a makeshift drum set of buckets and bottles. That's right, you're going to do this street style. But don't go anywhere while our musicians are warming up. We're going to poll the audience and get some feedback about who they want CJ to go home with and who they think he should bounce. And when we get back, these girls are going to hit it hard. So stick around. You rock, let's roll. We'll be right back. Back to You Rock, Let's Roll. CJ is going to choose one of these three steady rockin' girls to be his musical match. There's Tanya, a pop rap singer, Ebony, a classical drummer, and Lina, a rock singer. Now, before the break, CJ told us he's a big fan of drummers. So we've set up three little drummer girls with the equipment they need to impress him in our center stage challenge. Let's hit it.
All right, Jared, we're going to see if any of our ladies have any rhythm. Get on up here, Tanya. All right. Show CJ what you got. Don't hold back.
All right, here you go, CJ. Check it out. Check her out.
About that, you feel like you have a lot to live up to, or you?
I feel like you think I have a lot to live up to.
All right,
I'm gonna try.
Did a good job, but I think you can do it.
Yeah.
Come on down here. So that was right down your alley. But Lina, my personal favorite. I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, but I just love that you're so unexpected. I don't have a clue what you're about to do, but I can't wait. I know the audience is excited. Please have a seat, and let's see you drum it up for CJ.
You know, I actually liked all of it, but it's not up to me. It's up to CJ. CJ, what did you think?
I thought Tanya was pretty good. She has a sense of music and beat. And Lina, it's pretty much as crazy as always. I'm really intrigued by this girl, and I'd like to see some more of her. And then there's Ebony. I mean, she could teach me how to bang out anytime she likes.
Oh! All right. I like those answers. Well, before the break, we saw CJ's song playlist, and now we're going to upgrade to his video playlist. We're going to show you ladies a montage of 5 music videos and ask each of you a question about them, so pay attention. Here they come.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
They're trying to tell me your beliefs. Your point of view is pretty screwed to me.
All right. Cool. Now that you've seen those videos, CJ's going to ask each of you a question about the videos you just saw. Tanya, we're going to start with you.
Which of these 5 artists would you like to punch in the face and why?
Oh.
Maybe Kelly Osbourne.
All right, punch Kelly Osbourne in the face.
I just find it a little irritating.
I don't know. I think she's got a little funk. She's got some style.
Yeah?
I like Kelly, but...
All right, let's move to Ebony.
Which of these songs would you turn off if you heard them on the radio, and why?
They're all great songs, but I probably would turn off Ashes Divide.
Ashes Divide. The Stone.
Yeah.
They're a good band.
I kind of agree with her. It was a little weak.
Okay, and let's hear from Lina. What's her question?
Which of these artists would you want to have a one-night stand with, and why?
Oh.
I'm not into one-night stands. I have to know the person to do something like that, so no one, sorry.
You know, that's a good answer. I respect that. It's a good answer. Okay, so CJ is starting to form his own opinions about the contestants, but so is our audience. We polled them to get a little feedback, and right now we're going to see what the results are. Chriselle.
All right, based on our audience feedback, Tanya is in the lead with 50%. Nice, Tanya. But hold on. Lina is right behind her with a close 35%. And it looks like my girl Ebony is currently the last place, receiving 15%. I'm sorry, Ebony.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Jared's
it's okay.
going to tell you why that's okay.
Yeah, you know why? Because there's still good news, Ebony. Don't worry, because we're going to give Ebony a chance to turn the beat around. This is your chance to do whatever you think it takes to show CJ and everybody else that you're better than the rest of these ladies. So, Ebony, you are going solo.
You get 20 seconds to plead your case to CJ and tell him why he should pick you.
Okay. Starting
right now, girl.
CJ, you need to pick me. I have something that I want you to hear. You know, we got a drum, and I will drum my way right to your heart. You know, we're gonna have some fun. And come on now, Ebony, I'm beautiful. Come on now, I should be on Vogue. Give me some.
That was great. That was great. I thought she did a great job. CJ, it's a very tough decision. Which contestant are you going to bounce?
I really liked the 20 seconds of pleading, and I really need to see the drums in action one more time, so I'm not going to bounce Ebony.
Okay.
That leaves Lina and Tanya. That's a tough one, just because Lina seems like she'd be a good time.
Tanya has a porn collection.
She might not be take home to mom and dad material, I think.
Okay, so CJ, who are you going to bounce?
I think we're going to bounce Tanya.
Wow. Going against the audience, Tanya. I'm so sorry. We have to see you go. But you do get to finally take a look at what you're missing out on. So come on over here, Tanya.
Your look. Right? Your look.
Thank you, Tanya. Right that way. And now the big moment. Ebony and Lina are about to have their Rockstar moment. It all happens right after this break, so don't go anywhere, because this is what we've all been waiting for. And you rock it. Let's roll. We'll be right back. Back to you, Rock. Let's roll. Now we are down to 2 sexy ladies who are trying to win CJ's heart in a kick-ass date to a concert at the world's most famous arena, MSG. Ebony is a natural at the drums, and Lina is a smooth singer. And the crazy part is that CJ still hasn't even seen what these fine ladies look like, because this game is all about their sound. CJ, do you have a mental picture of the ladies yet?
I really can't stop being intrigued by Lina.
Don't count Ebony out either.
Yeah, I'm really just looking forward to hearing what they have to bring.
All right, well, here it is. Now for the big event that will determine who CJ falls for. We call it the Rockstar moment. Both contestants will hit the stage with lights, fans, the whole thing. And they have to try to rock CJ's world and win his heart. CJ, let's bring you over to VIP section, right? And Chriselle, why don't you get these ladies ready to rock?
I'll do it, Jared. But the pressure is on, guys. Let's see if they can deliver. First up is Ebony. She is going to drop her own beat to Snoop Dogg and Pharrell's song Beautiful. So let's hear it for Ebony.
Not bad. But CJ, what'd you think?
I didn't think it was that bad. I think she did a better job on the drums or the cans and the buckets. But hey, you know, she's got skills, so
she's got skills.
Maybe
though.
it just wasn't her song.
Okay.
So.
Well, let's keep it moving. Chriselle.
I got it. Jared, Lina is up next. She's going to sing an original song called My Angel. This is what you've been waiting for. Everybody put your hands together for Lina.
Right. My angel, you're always near. My angel, you're all I fear. The silent clouds tell me that something's wrong. They're moving towards me and it won't be long. I try to run but my body's frozen over. But I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. And I don't believe when you say you even love me.
I think Lina just came through.
I think she did. She's got a great voice. She had a lot of emotion in her song. I really like a lot of powerful feelings. So she nailed it. She brought it home.
Okay, Chriselle.
Everybody give it up one more time for both performers. They both did an amazing job.
You've heard their stories. You've heard them pound away at the drums. And now you've heard them rock. So it's now time for the big moment we've all been waiting for. CJ, who's the lucky winner?
Tough choice. She's kept me interested from the beginning. I think I still need to see a little bit more. And I'm going to go with Lina.
Lina! Wow! So we have to say goodbye to Ebony. Ebony, come on over and meet CJ. And so you can see what he missed out on. Okay. Ebony, thank you so much. Take care. All right, it's time to bring our music lovers together for the first time in their lives. But before we bring them together, Chriselle, remind us what they're going to win.
Well, your first date is going to be a great one. You're getting kick-ass seats to any concert you want, to Radio City Music Hall, the Beacon Theater, or Madison Square Garden.
Very nice. Everybody make some noise for Lina. Lina, come on over and meet CJ. Yeah. All right, congratulations. I mean, hugs. You guys are going to go out on a date. You won. Yeah, there you go. All right, that brings us to the end of the road for this episode of You Rock, Let's Roll. Thanks so much to all of our contestants. And, of course, we have to thank our lovely audience for being here. Thank you so much. If you want to find out what our winners really think of each other, log on to fuse.tv/YouRock. For now, this is Jared and Chriselle, and we'll see you in the front row.